attorney.
Okay, welcome back. Let me just do that. We are recording. Everything is good there. Cool. Let us continue. I'm really into this second episode ending so far, or latter half. Very curious. Okay, let's head back in and crack open a cold one. Just for good measure. Let's at least try to finish this chapter today. I have like how long do I have? 2.5 hours to record. So hopefully we'll get there. Let me just check. I don't think there was anything new updating here, right? Yeah. Ushered into the VIP room, which no one had been allowed to use in the past, right? Yeah. Okay. Cool. And nothing in the tips section either, I don't think. Yeah. Okay. There were 5 humans in the kitchen, but it was very quiet, filled only with the sound of the rain. It was only accented by the sound of Shannon and Kumasawa washing the dishes, yeah? Goda, my goat. Goda was using the leftovers from breakfast and lunch as ingredients for a servant's soup. Good to be resourceful, not waste food. Always appreciate that. Rosa had suspected that poison might have been added to the food, so they had decided to eat canned food, but it hadn't really been filling. Yeah. Have I ever noticed? Yeah, I don't think I've ever really looked behind or below these. Don't see anything super relevant or interesting here. I mean, some alcohol bottles, I guess. Yeah, sure. But Goda thought that she was being too careful. I mean, yeah, I can see that, but like, better safe than sorry, So he was spontaneously creating a soup to be served only to those that wanted to eat it. Shannon and Kumasawa were washing the dishes that the food had been arranged on. Yeah. On the inside, they thought maybe Goda should be the one to wash them, since he had been the one who wanted the food on the plates, on plates in the first place. Yeah, sure. But they left their complaints unsaid for the time being. Very reserved. Genji and Nanjo were facing each other across a crude chess set, which had seen many years. People do be loving chess here. Is this a No, I think this is the same image as in episode 1 we saw. Yeah. It had still only just begun. I don't think I'm able to spot any mate in any quick time. Both queens are gone, interestingly. That goes there, no. I mean, no. That goes there. Then it gets just eaten by the king. And then you go there. Infiltrate the back rank and the black is winning. Yeah, I don't see any quick mates. Okay, fair enough. And because the opening game of the experienced players had been endlessly refined, it looked like a ritual where they just moved specified pieces in a specified order. Ooh, that might be something. This whole line might be, a metaphor for the actual murder mystery of the show. Okay, the true culprits moving pieces in a specific order because, they've already figured out the optimal starting strategies.
良い匂いですね。
Yeah?
やはり缶詰ではこうはいきませんね。
Well, okay, fair enough.
開封した食材だけで作りましたので、毒が混入しているなんてことはありませんよ。
Sure.
皆さんの分もお作りしていますので、ぜひ食べましょう。
Although that's another, it is sealed so it cannot hold any poison. It could have been someone could have put poison in before it was sealed, or use a very thin needle and some fixant later to seal it. Inject something with a very thin needle and then just close the opening.
もちろん、私もお毒味しますよ。
But yeah, sure, that's fair enough.
安心して召し上がってください。
Thank you, Goda.
本当にいい匂いですね。ゴーダさんのまかない料理は本当に美味しいです。
Yeah?
美味しい材料を買ってきて、美味しい料理が作れるのは当たり前です。
Sure.
私は師匠に、あり合わせのもので美味しく作るまかない料理を極めてこそ、真の料理人だと習いました。
That's a fun sentiment. Obviously not all there is to it,
それは
but
いい師匠でしたな。
yeah.
おかげで私はとても美味しいスープをご馳走になれそうです。
親族の皆様にお召し上がりいただくための材料で作ることになってしまったのが残念ですが。
Yeah, fair enough, but we'll make do. They specifically didn't want it, or Rosa denied them.
ローザさんも朝からのいろいろでお疲れなのでしょう。
Yeah.
無理もないことです。
でも、そのおかげで、美味しい食材のスープが飲めるのですからね。
I can't get enough of Kumasawa's laugh. Rosa had fervently told everyone that they didn't realize the danger they were in, and that they must respect that poison was mixed in with the food. Yeah, better safe than sorry. The atmosphere in that place had led to their agreement, but their hunger wouldn't be overcome by that momentary emotion. Yeah?
皮肉にも、普段の私たちではとても味わえないスープとなりました。
Sure.
できるなら、客間の皆さんにもぜひ、振る舞いたいところなのですが。
ローザ様のご指示に背いている以上、よした方がいいだろう。
Yeah, fair enough. Genji, the voice of reason.
飲みたいものだけ飲むといい。
I can't with Kumasawa.
見えないところで上手に息抜きするのも、使用人の心得でございますものね。
Look at Kumasawa, self-reporting here. Maybe also relating to her possibly having a skill of doing things behind others' back, in case of some murder stuff, quickly doing something in a place no one else notices. Kumasawa laughed loudly, and Shannon and Goda laughed with her. It seemed that in an area where only their fellow servants were gathered, they could be very relaxed. Yeah, that's always fun. Shannon didn't like Goda's occasional dishonesty, but she knew that there was no falsehood in his childish smile when he cooked, yeah, nor in his desire that people enjoy his food. So, even though it was a little aggravating to be made to wash the dishes, she couldn't really hate him. However, they couldn't have dreamed that Rosa was calling them wolves in the parlor at in the parlor at exactly the same moment that they were spending their time peacefully like this. Yeah. Oh, hard cut. Okay. At that time, several of the servants heard a sound like something was being dragged, and then a thump. Oh. Uh-oh. Well, if that isn't anyone from the parlor, any of the Ushiromiyas, then it has to be either Beatrice, one of Beatrice's goons, or Kinzo. Or if there are other hidden people, one of them, but okay. Ooh. When a servant was out carrying a mountain of trash bags on a rainy day, or doing some work in a raincoat, they would create exactly this kind of noise and presence as they returned and hovered around the back door. Oh, that's immediately giving me vibes of, somebody's body being chopped up and put in a trash bag and being dragged around. Oh no. So, after hearing that sound, at first, none of them noticed anything out of the ordinary. Yeah, until they realized that all the servants are here. Play, huh? But they quickly realized, what was that start of sound for the soundtrack? Okay, mysterious. In a situation where everyone was either in the kitchen or the parlor, who in the world was at the back door? As the servants all looked at each other, they checked to make sure that each one of them knew what that sound meant. Yeah. Uh-oh. Very curious soundtrack also. The rain is a bit loud for my liking. Can I think I would like to still effect volume. Oh, it's already lowest. Fine. Was there more characters on that sheet? I didn't look at the character images. I think there might have been that one demon, right? I'm not sure. And I don't really want to look right now. Maybe later. The servants knew the mansion's layout well. So, they understood how unimaginable it would be for someone from the parlor to actually go outside in this typhoon. Go all the way around and come up to this back door. Then was it Kinzo? I mean, that is a possibility. They found it even more difficult to imagine that Kinzo, who never left his study, even under normal conditions, would dash out into the middle of this typhoon for no apparent reason and come to the back of the house, where only low-class people came in or out. Yeah, from their POV, it's definitely unimaginable, but there's so much question mark mysterious motives for Kinzo. How do I put this? We've spent a lot of time focusing on how these 2 days play out for each of the characters, where they are, what they are doing, and how they are feeling. But Kinzo and Beatrice, I guess, to an extent, but mainly Kinzo. Kinzo is the one piece who will know literally nothing. Everyone assumes that he is in his study, and even in episode 1, he was supposedly there, safe from Beatrice because she couldn't enter the room, but then suddenly his corpse was found, so I think it's pretty safe to assume that Kinzo at some point just leaves the study to do something, and then gets killed or encounters troubles, or whatever. It might have not been him leaving, might have been killed there and then moved afterwards, but that's not really important. Anyways, the point is that we don't really know what Kinzo is doing throughout all of these 2 days, and that's definitely being left vague on purpose for later. So yeah, I'm really interested to eventually see from these 2 days from Kinzo's POV, maybe, or at least learn what he's been up to.
気のせいじゃないですよね。
Yeah, me personally, I'm suspecting it's one of the demons under Beatrice, but we'll see. Shannon and Kumasawa drew close together, fearfully looking at the back door.
どちら様ですか?
As Goda fearfully approached the back door, he called out. Okay, if there is some kind of reveal, Beatrice's demons, I don't think it's gonna be, I mean, it could be Kinzo. I don't think it's Beatrice or Kinzo. And weirdly enough, my second guess after Beatrice's demons would be one of the dead bodies. And he checked with his eyes the location of a butcher's knife set on a nearby sink. Good move, good move. He didn't pick it up yet, maybe mistake, because there was still a possibility that this was a member of the family. Sure. However, that possibility wasn't possible, yeah? There was no response from across the door to Goda's initial question. Yeah, that's maybe his voice had been so quiet that it hadn't reached through all the wind and rain outside.
Genji-san.
yeah, Genji, go check it out. Oh boy. Well, I believe in Genji.
南條先生と女たちは下がって。
一体どなたなんですかな?
I like that he specified Nanjo as well there. I mean, he is kind of important, you know. He needs to verify that people are dead and, you know. Oh, Genji took a knife with a classical design from a stationary box placed near the chest set. Oh, Genji with a weapon. It was something to be used instead of a paper knife to open envelopes for invoices and bills. But it was fundamentally a knife. So the blade on it could injure someone. Oh shit. Genji hid it in his sleeve with a well-practiced manner. Oh shit. And this is a new face for Genji as well. Okay. Okay, Genji, I see you. Huh. Genji is familiar with hiding weaponry on himself. Then he too approached the back door and signaled Goda with a silent nod. Okay, let's go. Goda cautiously approached the back door and slowly started to open it. I feel like there's gonna be a body that's gonna just slump down to the floor when they open the door. Oh boy, I gently opened the door. Ooh. Yeah. The figure of a person suddenly shuffled into sight, landed on its knees, and fell over. Aww. It's gonna be Kinzo's body, isn't it? Goda fell backwards onto his backside in shock. That figure was soaked with rain, smeared with mud, and drenched with blood. I was thinking of Kanon, but you know, since they already mentioned that Kanon's body was just poofed out of existence, I didn't really decide to mention it. Okay. Kanon. So, yeah, that's gonna be extra sad for everyone, but also very, very confusing. Like how, when, why. what led to this, you know, and it will definitely reinforce the bad ideas of Kanon murdering Jessica and running away. But maybe since he is dead, they can assume that there are multiple perpetrators. Yeah. I feel like if we go at it from a magical perspective, it's like Beatrice yoinked Kanon's body into whatever realm and then just dropped his body there. But from a human POV, realistic POV, what could have happened? I mean, if we go along with the idea of Kanon locking the door, I don't know, then somehow getting out of the room, then got outside, I don't know how he would have gotten, well, you know, more injured. We need to disregard the whole demon battle in the room, you know. So he wouldn't necessarily have been injured by that point yet. Something happened and then he slumped over and died there. Yeah, I have nothing yet.
Kanon?
Yeah, okay. Poor Kanon.
大丈夫か?
Oh, he's alive?
南條先生.
It was Kanon. His breath was feeble. Oh shit, he's still breathing. And the puddles of mud he left quickly became drenched bright red. Aww. This really reminds of episode 1 with Kanon just going alone and, you know, well, I guess he didn't go alone in episode 1, but, you know, still out of sight of everyone, and then everyone found him half dead. Ah, when Nanjo held him and turned him face up, there was a deep, gruesome scar right in the center of his chest, as though he had been run through with a spear or something. Ah. Even now, deep red blood poured out from there.
これはひどいですよ。
Yeah.
どうしましょう。救急箱ですか？救急箱ですか？
You don't think that's gonna help?
カノンさん、傷口に手を当てて、しっかり押さえてください。使用人室のベッドに運びましょう。
Sure, let's try to save him.
皆さん、手を貸してください。
Okay.
さあ、カノンさん。しばらく我慢してください。
しっかりして。もう大丈夫よ。
Yeah.
だから、傷口から手を離さないで。
とにかく使用人室へ運ぼう。熊沢ローザ様にカノンが見つかったことの報告を。
Yeah, please.
待って。
Okay, Kanon about to give us the most vital piece of information.
ローザ様には、ダメ。
What do you mean, not Rosa? That makes it seem like... the first idea that comes to mind is Rosa is the enemy. Don't tell her. Kanon?
待ってください。カノンさんがローザ様にはダメだと言っています。
Good to repeat it so it's on everyone's mind clearly.
どういう意味なの、カノン君。
I would love to get more information about from him, but you know, trying to save his life is equally or more important. Well, obviously for the greater mystery, it's important, more important for us to figure out what's going on. But no, in this current moment, we need to treasure his life.
今はいい。
Yeah, not right now. Even though it sucks that we're probably not gonna get more answers, but you know, his life comes first and foremost, always.
早く使用人室へ運ぼう。
Good man, Genji, good man. Let's do it.
熊沢、ローザ様にはまだお伝えするな。
Okay.
カノンに事情を聞いてからにする。
Yeah. This will probably lead to some stupid misunderstandings, but you know, it is what it is.
はい。
Yeah. After appearing in this horrible state, he said not to tell Rosa. that could only mean something very disquieting. An eerie sense of panic rose to their faces.
さあ皆さん
Yeah, let's figure this shit out and think about it later.
急いで運びましょう
Hopefully we can save him unlike last time or in last episode.
早く早く
Go. Ooh, this scene. Oh. Okay, yeah, servant room, yeah. Kanon's wound was unbelievably deep, yeah. And judging from Nanjo's pale face, it was almost a miracle that he was still conscious. Like, hats off to, like, Kanon. He's like Giga Chad. Holy.
これはひどい
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna survive, like, being pierced.
何か槍のようなもので刺されたようです肺まで届いてなければなんとか持つかも
Also, oh my god, it's also, again, by the lung area-ish.
とにかく止血を
No matter how much Nanjo tried to wipe off that gushing deep red blood, he couldn't wipe it. He couldn't wipe it all away. And each time, the wound was aggravated, causing Kanon to cry in anguish. Oh, I'm also currently hurt. I injured my leg real bad recently, so yeah, I'm also in pain.
カノンくん
Yeah, Shannon got just a little bit hope seeing her quote-unquote brother again alive, but this isn't looking good.
しっかりして
南條先生替えのタオルです
Thank you, Goda.
なんてむごい
Yeah.
容体はどうですか？
本音を言うと生きているのが信じられん深手だ
Yeah. Like, he's... maybe it's due to magic or whatever, but I don't know.
刺されどころが幸運だったのかもしれん
Maybe. I mean, this game is all about, you know, astronomical odds.
だが出血がひどすぎる輸血が必要だが明日まで無理だ
ローザ様が僕たちを
Rosa-sama ga bokutachi o. Rosa-sama, yeah. Bokutachi means us. So, instead of she, Kanon said us, but okay.
喋らないでカノンくん傷口が開いちゃう
ローザ様がやってきて
Yeah.
お嬢様と
Huh?
僕は
Huh?
なんですって
That gives heavy implications.
ローザ様が
I mean, he didn't finish
ですか
the sentence yet, but you know.
そんなことって
Don't go into don't make any conclusions yet. He didn't finish the sentence.
間違いないのか？
I mean, the implications are there with his sentence and this, you know, urge to not tell her, but you know.
はい間違いなくローザ様でした
Oh my god. So, if we go with the first and obvious idea of, you know, Rosa being the culprit who came and killed them or attacked them, pierced both of them, then holy shit, what does that mean for the magic demon scene we saw earlier? Hallucination? I don't know. Or, you know, we're going back to episode 1, my very early idea. Rosa having a headache and then being absent for a while, you know? And during that time, Beatrice appeared to some people, obviously she was mostly invisible, you know, there's still the idea of Beatrice actually, like, sure, there could be an actual Beatrice in the VIP room, but, you know, there could be the idea of Beatrice the witch possessing someone, or, you know, Rosa, and I guess Ava to a degree too. Rosa and Jessica both to a degree. I've suspected both of them possibly, you know, being Beatrice, maybe not knowingly, but, you know, there's always been that idea out there, so this is giving more credence to that idea. Oh boy.
さあ、もう喋らないで。
Save your energy.
熊沢さん、もう一つの救急箱を取ってください。
Yeah. Stupefaction. Or stupefaction.
源氏さん、ローザ様がなんてことはあり得るのでしょうか。
I mean, I guess, but holy shit, what a performance act, what an act, what deceit from Rosa, you know, afterwards, to play dumb and be all scared, if that was the case. But again, we need to take into the account that Kanon did not finish the sentence yet,
わからん。
even though the implication was heavily there. Disregarding Nanjo and Kumasawa, who were struggling hard and stained with blood as they tried to stop the bleeding, Genji and Goda faced each other. Because if what Kanon had said was the truth, Rosa was the culprit who killed Jessica. Yeah. Also, I'm gonna bring this idea up quickly because it's very plausible. This might not even be Kanon. It might be one of Beatrice's demons pretending to be Kanon, you know, and just trying to sell a specific world of Rosa being the culprit, you know. That's always possible. Or it could be a Kanon, but Kanon lying for some reason. Now that I brought that idea up, this line really doesn't sound like Kanon, but then again, if someone was to murder Jessica in front of his eyes, I guess he would be very mad at them.
よくもお嬢様を殺してやる。
Kanon screamed even more hatefully. This is conflicting so much with the discovery scene of Jessica's body, because in that we saw the spirit of Jessica and Kanon, you know, just hanging there and being mortified that they can't, you know, inform the group what actually happened. This is conflicting with that scene so much, and I don't know which one to believe more. His hate-filled voice made it seem like he had seen Jessica being harmed right before his eyes. Yeah.
確かにローザ様がお嬢様を殺す理由はあるかもしれない。
Really? I mean, I guess, yeah, discovering the others being dead, Rosa would be the, Jessica would be the next one to, would she? I don't know. To get in the line of, you know, getting the inheritance.
おのれ、ローザめ。よくもお嬢様を殺してやる。
Yeah, let's still keep in the idea that he hasn't finished the sentence. Obviously, I mean, what else would you really get from this sentence other than, you know, Rosa being the one to kill Jessica, but he didn't finish the sentence. How could this all fit together? Beatrice, or the demons, killing Jessica and heavily injuring Kanon, and then Rosa coming in, not helping or laughing alongside or doing something horrible that would anger Kanon. That could be it, and that could fit in together with the scene we saw before. Right? Maybe?
後ろ宮家が全滅すれば、遺産はすべてローザ様のもの。
Yeah, but isn't the inheritance line like if all the adults were to be killed except Rosa, she would get the inheritance and not Jessica, even though Jessica is the daughter of the first in line, you know?
だとしたら、バトラー様やジョージ様も危険なのでは。
I mean, yeah.
ローザ様は銃を持っている上に、今、客間には彼らしかいない。
Yeah, but we did see that she even mentioned that same thing to Battler and George and pointed the gun at them briefly, but, you know, quickly put it down, so she would have done it already if she could have. Right? Right?
ケンジさん、これはかなりまずいことでは。
Dot. Shannon suddenly ran out into the corridor. Yeah, if George is in trouble, she needs to immediately go. Her expression was complex and tragic, as though she didn't know what to believe. Yeah. Hey, she's probably gonna run into Beatrice or something. Shannon ran to where? Or maybe to Beatrice? I don't know. The inside of the mansion had been scrupulously cleaned, so they probably wouldn't be easy to find. She might find some if she searched the rose garden, but they would probably have all been lost in this wind and rain. That's right. The boiler room isn't cleaned very often. Exactly what are we searching for? If she went there, she might be able to find some. Shannon ran down the stairs to search for those in the underground boiler room. She's gonna find Kinzo's body or something. Had some medicine taken effect at the brink of death? Or had Kanon finally stopped even feeling pain? For the time being, Kanon had at least gotten over his painful gasping. Aw, poor Kanon. What is Shannon searching? Something that could be in the rose garden, but could be blown away by the typhoon and rain. No idea. I mean footprints, but you know, I don't know. Nanjo apparently didn't think of this as that great of a trend. Yeah, when they go quiet, that's usually more critical. Yeah, if they are screaming and in pain and, you know, conscious, then that's a good sign that they have at least enough energy to do that. Yeah, they didn't think of this as that great of a trend and didn't let his eyes off Kanon for a second. Good man, Nanjo. Kumasawa firmly gripped Kanon's hand and kept encouraging him so that his will to stay alive didn't fall asleep. Yeah. Genji and Koda seemed bewildered at how to deal with the truth that Kanon had risked his life to deliver.
ローザ様の銃は確か4発か5発の弾が込められたはずだ。
Jesus, Genji's just immediately being practical and pragmatic about it and devising a counter plan or, you know, calculating the risks.
決して少ない数ではないですね。
Yeah.
でも、あの銃は弾の装填に結構な慣れが必要だったはず。一発目は撃たせてしまうかもしれませんが、みんなで襲いかかれば次を撃たせずに銃を奪い取れるかも。
この島には医者はいても薬はなく、病院もない。
Yeah. But also what I set up, if the servants are now thinking of approaching Rosa, and if we disregard Kanon's idea as being absolute truth, this from Rosa's POV is going to seem like, aha, all of the servants were wolves and they're now attacking me.
打たれどころが悪ければ死ぬぞ。
Yeah, yeah.
それは分かっていますが、それより早く行動を起こさないと、また次の事件が起こる可能性も。
Yeah, this is a difficult situation. If you think you know who the culprit is and know that they have a gun on them, how willing are you to try and prevent further tragedies at the expense of your own life, possibly? Difficult situation. I mean, you're not required by law to save anyone. You could just hide in a corner and no one would blame you, but honestly, big points for Goda for even thinking about that.
私たちはローザ様にうまく追い出された気がします。今頃ジョージ様やバトロ様が殺されている可能性も。
What's up, Genji? What's up? What's up? Yeah, nervous laughter of the century.
そんな危険な相手なら、無理に刺激しない方がいいんじゃありませんか？
True.
しかし明日までは長い。どんな手を打ってくるか想像もつきませんよ。源氏さん、こちらから仕掛けるべきです。
That's such a hard situation, because from your guys' POV, obviously she has already murdered people and is most likely willing to do more in order to secure the legacy, to secure the Kinzo's inheritance. So even if you don't do anything, she will most likely go on the offense, so it's like kill or be killed situation for you guys. There is the idea of hiding away and waiting till tomorrow and hopefully getting off by a boat, but you know, if you guys think that Rosa is gonna go on the offensive, she could easily just destroy the escape boats, you know.
せめて10歳理由をこじつけて奪えばなんとかなるかも。
Yeah, play dumb and try to worm your way back in there.
弾は4、5発じゃありませんか。ということは、私たち全員を殺すには足りないということです。
Yeah, but that's a really bad way of thinking it. Like, even losing one life is too much.
迂闊に刺激しなければ、きっとローザ様もむやみには。
Well...
あいつは言ったよ。
Yeah, Kanon.
僕たちを皆殺しにすると言った。
Oh, yeah, there it is. And now from your POV, it's kill or be killed. Truly. Close to my heart. Now, whether we believe Kanon or... that's a different story. Kanon, who they thought had been sleeping quietly, suddenly started talking brightly. My god, and of course it's gonna be like... Maybe I should have seen this coming. No. Maybe. Maybe I should have seen this Rosa development coming from very early on in this episode, because, well, we did start a prologue with Shannon and George, so they might still play a big role here at the end. But one of the earlier parts before we got to the mansion was, you know, the whole Rosa focus with Maria and Halloween candy. So, you know, that tracks so much, you know. Maria, Rosa, Halloween candy, and the first deaths being all about Halloween candy. And now it's all about, yeah, of course, Rosa is the murderer, yes. Yeah, they definitely set this story up, damn. Or possibility of this storyline happening. Damn. I'm still curious if, obviously in the tea party, and it might have been the witch's tea party. They mentioned that this is a different reality or different. I forget the exact wording, but I'm still wondering if how do I want to put it? Let me actually talk a bit about Higurashi here. Let me go to this screen. So I'm talking about Higurashi, and when this screen is over, I'm done. Okay, cool. So as we know, in Higurashi, there's all the different timelines, and we know that there are certain patterns that can happen, but each of the timeline is pretty unique. But most timelines have certain canon events, like them doing the game, Mion getting the doll from Keiichi, or a specific person going crazy with the paranoia, etc. So I'm wondering if in this game there are similar, canon events, like maybe it's more common that Rosa goes crazy in these rounds, and that happens in each or most of the iterations of the question arcs and answer arcs, or if these events are truly just random, and I don't know. Anyways, my point is that I'm curious to see if these, the culprits change per episode, or if we truly have just one culprit throughout this whole mystery. Like in Higurashi, obviously we always have the mountain dogs and the whole Takanomiya situation, but do we in this game always have the same backing big mystery murder culprit person, and then on the side different culprits that change throughout each episode or whatnot? Or if throughout all the episodes we always have just one single entity or group doing everything, and we're just seeing different iterations of that, or different fragments of that whole picture, Okay, yeah, that was a weird rant. Yeah, Kanon, who they thought had been sleeping quietly, suddenly started talking brightly. Almost like he had been awake the whole time and had suddenly opened his mouth. He looked firm and steady, and Nanjo was slightly relieved. But thinking of the deepness of that wound, he just couldn't wipe away a certain creepy feeling. Yeah, in the worst case scenario, this could be Kanon just mustering the last of his strength to give some context. Oh, please no. He knew because he was a doctor. Kanon should have been expected to fall unconscious after losing so much blood, yeah. And yet somehow he had preserved his awareness so clearly. Youth? Yeah, maybe youth, adrenaline, them being tools, I don't know, furniture. Or tenacity, maybe. Grudge, maybe. Love. Love, the one true element. Sometimes the power of human life did surpass common knowledge. Yep. When they had stopped the bleeding to make sure there were no foreign objects inside the affected area, Nanjo had groped around a bit inside the bleeding hole with tweezers, and the great depth of the wound had surprised him. Yeah. The wound had certainly reached as far as his lungs. Let me make sure we are still recording. Yeah, okay. And yet, yeah, of course, it's the lungs again. Oh. No. On the other hand, the fact that he is alive is fortunate. But Kanon had spoken clearly. He had hatefully said that the one named Rosa had created this wound, and was repeating curses and enraged words. Oh.
あいつは親方様の財産を独り占めするために、台風が過ぎ去るまでにどんな手を使ってでも皆殺しにする気なんだ。
Oh, deep red eyes. Also, before I forget, let's check if this has changed now. Yeah. Nope. Nope, still hasn't changed. There is no corpse, but he is dead. The witch declared it in red. Yeah. So even without a corpse, his death is incontrovertible. So, yeah, the witch declared him being dead in red is very curious. Ooh. There is one other thing, like, if this truly is canon, and if the witch truly did declare him dead in red, which, as far as we know, should be absolute truth, the only thing that would make sense to me with my current knowledge is, yeah, here. One resurrects all the dead people's souls. And, well, not love, but, you know, there is this line about resurrection, so... But I always thought that that was, you know, after everyone had died. Well, I guess we'll see. Oh, Master's wealth all to herself.
あいつはそうするとはっきり僕に言ったよ。
Okay.
くそ。なんて人だ。源氏さん、どうしましょう。私たちにも何か武器がいるのでは。
Can the rest of you do the same as Kanon did with the magic blade?
にわかには信じられん。ローザ様がそのようなことを。
源氏様、信じる信じないじゃない。
Let me just go here. Ah, right, we can't see that. I wanted to check because I don't remember if Kanon's eyes naturally are red or not. I don't think they are. Are they?
あいつが僕にそう言ったんですよ。この僕が聞いたんです。
That laugh there. Good line delivery.
どうして信じてくれないんですか？
Ooh.
起きないで。傷に触ります。
Kanon sat up on the bed and spoke to Genji, who was making no effort to believe Kanon's story. Hey, I mean, from my POV, I definitely get Genji, or like, understand Genji being, you know, in disbelief, but, you know, from the other's POV, I can also understand why, yeah, like, why would Kanon lie?
あいつは僕たちを必ず全員殺す。
Okay.
もうきっと客間の方々も殺されているに違いありません。僕らが先に殺さなければ必ず僕らが先に殺される。
But wouldn't you have heard the gunshots?
僕が先に殺されたようにみんなも先に殺される。
Just like how I was killed first. Now again, this could be just, you know, weird phrasing. Obviously it was said in Japanese also korosareta, which means killed. So this would imply that he was killed. But, you know, it could be just language phrasing, you know, attempted murder maybe. More so than actually being killed and being dead. Oh. Yeah, so according to Kanon, I mean, what reason would he have to lie?
殺さなきゃ殺される。
Kill or be killed. That is the big idea.
殺さなきゃ殺される。殺さなきゃ殺される。
Oh, for Kanon.
カノンさん、あんた本当に痛くないのか？
It probably hurts like hell, but the revenge is taking priority.
これですか。
Yeah,
大した傷じゃありません。
yeah.
大した傷じゃないどころかあんたは
Yeah, what's up? Are you good?
本当に大したことありません。
Uh-huh.
こんなのもう全然痛くないし、本当に大した傷じゃない。
Oh my god, Kanon, where is your voice going? That almost sounded like you were happy there or delighted. Like, the more we are getting into this, the more I'm believing that this truly isn't Kanon. And as Kanon said that he began to untie his own bandages, which had been painstakingly wrapped. Ooh. Okay, here's a crazy idea that just now came to my mind. I don't know out of where, but the magic scene of Kanon versus the demons happened, but he wasn't killed. He was on the verge of death, but then we cut out and we didn't see what happened afterwards. But what happened afterwards was Beatrice proposed a deal to Kanon, and it was something about promising to resurrect Jessica if Kanon worked for her bidding and did what she said. And now Kanon is under the influence of Beatrice, or lying on purpose, or something or other, and or was granted also immortality, no pain, something. That's an idea that just came to my mind. We'll see. The gruesome hole in his chest was immediately exposed. Oh, blood dripping.
カノンさんそんなことをしてはダメですよ。
Yeah.
早く横になって。
大丈夫ですって。
Yeah.
ほら。
Yeah.
ね
ね。
大した傷じゃないでしょ。
Oh my god, the VA is doing such a good work here. Kanon showed off his gaping wound, which was still slowly spitting out foamy blood. Everyone averted their eyes reflexively.
ほら。
Oh.
全然大した傷じゃないです。
Ah, very cool color inversion. Did the blood just stop?
やめなさい。傷をいじってはいけません。
Oh, he's gonna swipe across it and the wound will be fully sealed or something.
ほら、見て。
Yeah,
全然深い傷じゃないんですよ。
yeah.
ほら、
Ora,
ほら。
ora. Kanon held up 2 fingers, showed them to everyone, and slowly started to stick them into the gruesome wound right in the center of his chest. Like, how insane is that from their POV? Holy. Plunging, slimy, squishy, wet. The fingers went in deep to the base. Squish, glue, blop. Holy, what the fuck, Kanon?
カノンさんやめてやめて。
Having stuck his fingers completely into his chest, up to their base, he slowly pulled them out in exactly the same way. The fingers he pulled out were stained a sticky, solid, deep red color, and there was even a thread hanging. Thread, you say? Please don't be like an artery, or some sort of, I don't know. The fingers were all the way to their base, covered in deep red.
あんた。痛い。
Yeah, that seems very non-human.
ね。
Ne?
全然大した傷じゃないでしょ。
Oh my god, Kanon. I have to say, that cackle there is the most classic witch sounding cackle so far. What the hell, Kanon? Just then, the door opened vigorously and Shannon appeared. Okay, Shannon? Even after she saw Kanon stained with fresh blood, her impregnable expression didn't falter. Yeah? Can you make some sense? Did you have some revelation and
やあ姉さんどこへ行っていたの？
I feel like Shannon is about to drop some lore bomb on us.
僕が既得だというのに一体どこへ？
What do you mean on the verge of death? It's not even a deep wound. Yeah?
ボイラー室に行ってきたの。
Yeah? The place where Kanon died or got attacked the first time?
探し物があって、
Yeah?
それより確かめたいの。
Uh-huh.
あなたは本当にカノン君。
There we go. There we go. It is definitely gonna be one of Beatrice's demons or something. Oh, a picture maybe of the, no. Like the red eyes. I'm still not sure if Kanon originally had red eyes. I don't think he did. It was only natural. Everyone believed he was Kanon. Maybe not Genji. So they couldn't understand the meaning of Shannon's question. When they looked, they noticed that Shannon was holding a handkerchief in her hand. It was filthy and looked like she had wiped up some trash or dust. And while holding that, she approached Kanon and drew close to his legs. Yeah.
なんだいそれは？
Yeah.
クモの巣を拭き取ったハンカチよ。
With a spider's web wiped onto it. How? What? Why does that shock him? Okay.
なんでそんなものを？
カノン君なら平気だろうけど、もしあなたにとってクモが天敵だったなら嫌うかなって思って。
What do you mean, spider's natural enemy? Huh? Huh? I don't think anyone has been mentioned to be still no corpse here. Obviously it's none of you guys because you are here. I don't think it has been mentioned about anyone that they are weak to spiders. I mean, why would it be Battler? I don't think I know anyone who would be afraid of spiders. Right? Yeah, I don't see anyone who's afraid of spiders. Okay, but that seems to have done the trick. My god, the weird, almost backward sounding chanting? I don't know. Very creepy. I feel like... Okay, yeah, it's not Kanon. It is someone pretending to be Kanon. Oh.
やだな。
Yeah?
僕がどうして雲を嫌うの？
ごめん、試すね。
Yeah? The only other character we know of who has been on the island is the one other servant. Maybe they were afraid of spiders. I forget if that was mentioned in that brief scene at the start.
シャノンさん。
Yeah. Oh. Fucking exposed. Did they just slash the handkerchief into a million pieces? When Shannon brought that handkerchief close to Connon's thigh, something happened in an instant. Oh shit. Fucking posed. It happened all at once. The human eye couldn't have followed it. Cannon jumped back like a wild goat, fleeing from the thing Shannon was holding. Ooh, goat. That's usually devil, that's usually demons, that's usually... Yeah, I see. But are goats afraid of spiders? I don't know. And his arm drew trails with some kind of afterglow that flashed purple. They were 3 beautiful purple trails drawn in an arc, and they were traced across the throats of Nanjo and Kumasawa, who had been tending to him. No! What do you mean? Please don't be what I think it is, and that he just slashed Nanjo and Kumasawa immediately. And Nanjo and Kumasawa's throats had been opened like gaping mouths. Fuck you. Of course. God damn it. And it was the very instant before the blood was about to start spewing out. The third purple trail should have traced across Shannon's throat. Okay, should have. Okay, Shannon's alive, maybe. But Shannon wasn't there. Yeah. Because Genji, who had been behind her, had wrapped his own arm around Shannon's neck and pulled her back. Oh my god, Genji my goat. Genji my actual goat. That's at least 1 tier up on the tier list. We'll see. Holy plus points for Genji. This all happened in an instant. Yeah. In the instant Goda tried to think fast in an attempt to understand this scene, the frozen moment in time shattered. No, Masawa and Nanjo. Oh, red. Oh, fuck. Not still not marked. Okay. Ooh, the backing track. Okay, red goes hard. Those who are close, that was Jessica and Cannon. Third Twilight. Those who remain shall praise my noble name. Sure. Head and kill and chest and kill. Well, I mean, both were, the throat. So between head and chest, yeah. Yeah. Still mid-jump, Cannon wall-kicked off a picture frame that had been hanging from the wall behind him, springing forward just like a cat and aiming for Shannon's throat again. Oh. Okay, but why target Shannon here specifically? Why not Goda? But Cannon's target once again disappeared from in front of him. Genji my goat? Because Genji had pulled Shannon again, and the two of them had fallen onto the ground, keeping flat to the floor. Oh my god, Genji the actual MVP, holy. Okay, but why are you targeting Shannon? Why not Goda? Is there something with Goda? Maybe.
いい反射神経だ。この老いぼれ家具が。
ゴダ。
Goda. Oh shit, okay Goda. My goat getting ready to be in action. Oh shit. Goda wasn't an idiot either, yeah? Even if he couldn't fully understand what was going on, he at least realized that if this quote-unquote canon wasn't seized, his own life would also be in peril, yeah. He sprung at Kanon with his huge body, oh yeah? Pushing him up against the wall with his weight and physical strength. Let's fucking go! Let's fucking go, Goda. Oh. I love it. I love this. I love it. Oh, the tips of the fingers on Kanon's right hand began to trace out another purple trail. Genji, Goda, please. And when he raised that blade hand up, aiming to strike at Goda's back, there was a loud thunk. Yeah? Because Kanon's raised blade hand had been pinned to the wall. Oh my god, we're actually fighting against the quote-unquote enemy here. Oh my god, and actually kind of... Well, I mean, it's not a full victory because we lost already too, but... He couldn't tear his palm away from the wall. Sticking out from it was the knife Genji had thrown. Oh shit. Yeah, from the sleeve. Oh my god. Genji, the actual MVP. Oh my god, look at my boy. He's fully dead in the eye. Dead serious in the eyes. Under normal circumstances, it should have been surprising to see someone as old as Genji handle a knife so skillfully. No, in anime settings, you should never underestimate old people. Never. But in this abnormal space, no one paid it much mind, yeah?
Genji-sama, これを...
Oh shit, Shannon? Okay, get the other knives. Genji took the handkerchief with the spider web and stuck to it from Shannon. Oh, sorry, with the spider web stuck to it from Shannon, yeah. And he approached Kanon, who was pinned to the wall by Goda's massive body and the knife. Is there something thematic with the knife? Because this is very clearly one of Beatrice's servants. Is there like a Japanese lore mythos regarding, you know, spiders maybe eating devils from hell or something? I don't know. Yeah? The soundtrack also, holy shit. Yeah? Oh my god, the voice actor, holy actress. Oh, that sounds like melting, face melting away or something. Oh. Ooh, let me just get that again. Holy shit, the voice actress. I think is it Kobayashi Yu or am I thinking of someone else? I don't know. When Genji pushed the handkerchief up against Kanon's face, there was a sound just like the one you hear when you set meat on a red-hot iron plate. Of course, the smell was the same too. As he was burned and inflamed, festering in filthy red and black, he cried out in his death throes. Kanon's body burst open and scattered. Ooh. It was almost as though a balloon filled with gold leaf had popped. The entire servant room was completely buried under a storm of gold leaf. No, a rabble of gold butterflies. Maybe it is Beatrice herself, I don't know. those butterflies began to softly fade into nothingness. Oh my god. I don't know why it took me so long. Of course, spider is super effective, you know. What are the animals that get most often caught in spider webs? It's always depicted to be butterflies, of course. I'm stupid. Yeah, sorry. Of course, that's that. Those butterflies began to softly fade into nothingness, as though dissolving into water. No, into the air itself. Okay, let's see, is it Beatrice herself or is it one of Beatrice's servants? And afterwards, all that was left was the three of them sitting on their behinds, stained with blood. However, not everyone was just stained with blood. Yeah, we lost 2 good people. Some of them were lying on the ground, vomiting blood themselves.
Kumasawa!
Yeah, Kumasawa and Nanjo.
Nanjo sensei!
Fuck. The assassin did its job. A slit so sharp that it looked like it could cut your finger if you touched it was opened wide, causing large amounts of blood to keep pouring out.
何だったんだ。いや、今のは。
Yeah.
ゴーダ。怪我はないか。
私は大丈夫です。
Okay.
しかし、私たちは何を見たんだ。
Good thinking from Shannon's part, and it makes also sense because she had already been in contact with Beatrice and, you know, thinking that butterflies, what are they weak to? Spiders, yeah.
何があったんです。私はあれを確かにこの手でこの壁に押し付けていたのに。
Yeah, everyone's first experience with whatever this is.
その私が何があったのか理解できない。
Yeah, very far away from the normal human world. Goda looked at his own hand. The bright red blood left from his scuffle with Kanon definitely remained. And yet, Kanon was nowhere to be seen. Because he had disappeared. Got away. He had turned into gold butterflies and scattered. Goda kept screaming alone that he had no clue about what was going on. Yeah, Shannon definitely has an idea, and Genji probably too, considering how much he has spent time with Kinzo. Shannon sobbed in front of Nanjo's and Kumasawa's remains. Yeah. And Genji watched over her, silent as always, my stoic goat. Fuck. What an end. No time has passed at all. Well, 17 minutes, okay. Devil's proof, huh?
南條先生と熊沢さんが
Oh shit. We're definitely gonna end it here. Sad because, you know, there's more stuff, but I don't think that much longer. You know, I do have like an hour, but, you know. There we go. Well, shit. Okay, so, yeah. Problem was introduced, but problem was also solved. So, Kanon still remains dead, and as far as we, the player, can believe, the magic battle we saw against Beatrice can remain as the truth, the actual scene that happened, you know. Now, whether that was Beatrice herself, some magic she employed, a transformed servant or something, that we don't know. But we now do have one extra we have a new problem on our hands, you know? Previously we were, you know, able to account for the fact that, you know, we see someone being there, you know, we know where they are. We know they have an alibi. You are here, so, you know, that's good. But Beatrice can seemingly, or one of Beatrice's associates, whichever, can seemingly disguise themselves as other people. So, going forward, or going even backwards, thinking backwards, we can't trust anyone being anywhere anymore, you know? Oh, okay, George is here, so George is safe. Nope, George could be dead. That could be an imposter. Fuck me. Yeah, that throws a whole lot of new problems at us. And that also opens up a whole can of worms regarding the previous, you know, locked room mysteries, you know? What if those bodies we saw there weren't the actual bodies, you know? The actual Jessica could have been killed somewhere else and that was just a fake body. Also, what a banger track. What a banger track. Throughout this whole video. Holy shit. Great music as always. Okay, let me just quickly see. Is anything updated here? Yeah. Still missing, yeah. Nanjo Terumasa died in the servant room. His throat slit by a sharp blade or something similar. But this alone isn't enough. Ooh. Let me see later on if I can make any sense of all these lines, because each one has, you know, a separate small addendum or, I don't know, after credit or something here, you know. Kumasawa Chiyo died in the servant room. Her throat slit by a sharp blade or something similar. Finishing touches yet to come. What do you mean by that? Hello. Okay. Okay. Cool. What the fuck are we cooking, Beatrice? What are we cooking? Okay. So many plus points towards Goda and Genji here. Nothing here. Yeah. Okay, let's end it here and next time just process what happened and I don't know, theorize and figure out stuff as we talk and regroup with Rosa. Okay, wow. Also, great voice acting performance from Kanon's VA. Yeah, big props. Also, that witch-like laugh was spot on. Cool. Okay, let's end it here. Patreon early access up to 2 weeks. Links down in the description. Cool. See ya.